What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of extremely boring RPG. That's right. What did he play today? Squeak It In, and then of course Yakuzza at night. And your boy Doody couldn't make it through the Yakuzza playthrough because I had better things to do, like actually sleep. Anyway, I saw that our boy struggled through the tip goal. He struggled last night, didn't get it. The first night, of course, he did because many people wanted to drop some super chats and talk about the whole Kino feltoning on Friday. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? So, by the way, today we will be broadcasting today on my podcast. We will be going through the whole Kino and It's a Gundam feltoning of Phil. It's going to be at 10:30, so if you got a chance, stop by. It'll be great. All right, let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Sunday, the 23rd of March, 2025. My return to streaming for the week, although this is a shorter week. It's only a 5-day streaming week this week for me. I'm taking an extra day off at the end of the week to spend some time with my family. So, how did it go? Well, today was a pretty good return day, I would say. We started off with a chill level 1 podcast that covered my day off. It covered the madness that had happened on Friday with trolling, but how that has resulted in me now adopting Kickbot on Kick for the foreseeable future, and that I'll be tweaking it and trying to improve it for much improved performance so that people cannot essentially flood my chat and make it unusable. We also talked about, oh man, so many things today. Great topics like, what are we going to do for the next DSP Tries It? What's going to be the next celebratory things we do when it's 100 goals hit, and then my birthday event coming up and all of that. All right. So overall, a great, awesome, chill podcast with lots of fun. We actually narrowed down DSP Tries It to several different things. We have to follow up tomorrow to see one of the events, how it pans out. But overall, good stuff, great show. And then we jumped into Squeak It In. Now, good news is...
All right, I got to stop here because, of course, the one thing he doesn't mention that they were talking about and his chat wanted to talk about was the Kino Casino. That's right. And the feltoning that our boy Phil received on Friday with It's a Gundam. Phil tried his best to ignore it, but of course, he was flooded with $2 super chats from, I guess, Kino trolls or whoever. He got a lot of them, though. I give him that much because I think he hit the goal by the end of the podcast. I don't understand why people think owning Phil by giving him money is a thing, but whatever, dude. He doesn't tell people how to detract. And most people wanted him to engage and bite on the whole Kino fiasco. And Phil's actually trying his best. He's trying his best to ignore it and get past the Kino Casino. He is, but of course, he can't. He always has to have the last word. And if someone comes in and says something specific, he feels the need to always address it, which is stupid. You just ignore it, Phil. I've given you the advice for the last week or so that you just ignore it, bro. You move on. You don't say shit. You don't even acknowledge it. If someone does super chat you and you need to read the message, fine, read it and just say, appreciate the super chat and move on. You don't have to respond to everything, Phil. Yeah, it's just something that Phil still hasn't learned. After almost 17 years of content creation, Phil still hasn't learned that lesson. Don't feed the trolls. He will always continue feeding the trolls, and he can't help himself. Why? Because he's a narcissist. He needs to have the last word, and he always feels compelled to control the narrative for some reason. Phil, no one likes you. Everyone despises you. No one believes you, bro. It's terrible. You know it's bad when people have sided with Kino Casino. And their version over your version. And that's not a slight against Kino Casino, but everyone knows that they exaggerate a bit. I mean, you can just look at their content, and they seem to exaggerate whenever something goes a little bit haywire with the content creator. Bro, no one is saying that. Everyone is saying, yup, he's 100% correct, because it's you, Phil. It's you, bro. That you really should reflect on that and change. This whole thing you did on when was it, when you had Review Tech on, was just embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I watched it Saturday, and I'm still getting secondhand cringe listening to you with the whole 666 podcast. You embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed your family. Like, you're sad, bro. You really need to move on with your life. Like, content creation, Phil, isn't for you. It's just not. You're just not cut out for it. You really aren't. You know what you're cut out for? You're cut out for a job where you go in 9 to 5, you do a menial job over and over again with no expectations, no real requirements, nothing, something that you don't really have to put a lot of thought in. You just go in and you do the same thing over and over again, and I think you'd be okay. I think you would be okay with your life. Then you can get home, you could order DoorDash, you could sit there in parallel, play with your wife, and just be content, Phil. Because that seemed to be the only life you seem fit for. Anyway, let's keep going.
Support was very, very good on the podcast, and therefore, when we started with Suikoden, we already hit the goal. So it was like, hey, we can just chill and relax and have a good time. And indeed we did. And still more support came in. We didn't hit 2 goals worth, but it was pretty darn good. So we get in today, major progress in the plot, huge things happening. We lost a character, and we have another character that faced life and death. And since I was able to replay this critical fight over and over, we actually did keep them alive, which actually affects the ending of the game, if you don't know. Lots of new recruits, lots of plot advancement, more big army battles, all kinds of fun stuff. If you like the playthrough so far, you're definitely going to like today's session. Give it a look. It is already live. Tonight on the late stream, it was Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuzza in Hawaii. Now, you might say, I wonder why Phil is playing Pirate Yakuzza as night streams. Previously, he had done it as day streams. To be honest, it's because, number one, we have more games like Assassin's Creed Shadows and later this week, Atomfall, that are coming into the mix that are going to need to be day streams. But also, Pirate Yakuzza is getting the least attendance of any game I'm doing. Okay? Just being honest and transparent with all of you. If it's bringing in the least amount of views and the least amount of attention, then I'm going to do it as a night stream. Okay? Even, I'm not even kidding, Suikoden, or Suikoden, however you say it, is actually doing better than Pirate Yakuzza. I like Pirate Yakuzza. Tonight, we did an incredible amount of pirate stuff. We did a bunch more Coliseum battles. We advanced the plot and rescued a person who had been kidnapped. Then we went out into the sea and it started this whole side quest line where now you're going to be fighting these evil pirates called the Devil Flags. And then you have to take on not only naval battles against their ships, but then big showdowns on their decks, and then invade islands and do giant gauntlet marathon fights against mini-bosses and bosses and all of that shit, okay? So, good stuff. Very good stuff. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time. Continuing on this game, what we're going to do is keep doing the Devil Flag stuff, because this is where you make the big pirate points and the big upgrades and everything. Like tonight, I think I gained like an insane amount of like abilities and things, and all the pirate crew leveled up an insane amount. So it was a huge night of leveling. Now, the stream was chill. The stream was fun. There was lots of engagement with the chat. We had a good time. The support was, we got about halfway to the goal. All right. Now listen, that's not bad. That's not bad. So I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying we didn't hit the goal tonight. So now we're at 73. Out of 80, and we're looking to hit 80 by the end of the week. But the thing is, I'm only here through Thursday, and I'm not here Tuesday night because I need to take another night off to do work on my stuff behind the scenes, the tax stuff. So because of that, we basically have tomorrow, the first half of Thursday, all of Wednesday, and all of, tomorrow, Monday, the first half of Tuesday, all of Wednesday, and all of Thursday. Is it doable? Yes. But is it guaranteed? Probably not. So I wonder if we're going to hit enough to do DSP tries this week or not. We'll see. But yeah, I still had a great time today overall. Things are going good. It was good momentum to start the week, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So what are we doing tomorrow? Well, tomorrow on the podcast.
Yes, momentum. Gotta get that momentum going. Gotta strike while the iron's hot. Gotta get the bag while the iron's hot, right, Phil? Good God, bro. Yeah, that's right. So Yakuzza Financial Audit. Of course, our boy Phil struggled to get the $70. It was super boring. I didn't catch much of it. I kept nodding off and on. He makes the game super boring, and yeah, it's the only good part about it was the unrecorded beg segment where he started going off about Kino Casino. The man can't help himself. Like, he can't stop talking about it. He's trying his best to get to kind of get past the whole casino arc because it made him look completely stupid and embarrassing. It's embarrassing for him, and he's trying to move along, but he just can't. He keeps coming back to it. It's just like with Side Scrollers. Remember when Side Scrollers podcast occurred? He had this definitive, this is the last time I'm going to talk about the Side Scrollers podcast, whatever. And he ranted and raved and told people that if you bring it up in chat, you're going to get banned, whatever. Dude, that's 2 years ago, and he's still talking about the Side Scrollers. Bro, we're going to hear about Kino Casino for the next 5 years. Kino Casino is the new Tevin. They really are. Because they really just mind-effed him so bad. He really thought that this was just some type of, like they were feltoning the detractors, and this was some long con, and that he was in on it when he didn't realize that he was the mark. He didn't realize that the joke was on him. It's so embarrassing. To the point, again, where he had to come up with this cockamamie story about, I was feltoning them. This was my plot. I engaged them because I wanted to troll. Bro, no one believes that, Phil. And it's just, Secondhand cringe, brother. Secondhand cringe. Anyway, the funny thing is that Lolcow Live did find out about it, and they did mention it. So I have a feeling once Fat Camp is over, they're going to focus on DSP, and that should be really interesting because that'll spark some new life into the whole Kino Casino DSP drama. As far as I understand, they're going to probably be talking about it this week. They're aware of it. They got everything. They know the information. They got the DMs. So that should be really interesting. So having Keemstar and Boogie, and I guess it would have been Wings, but, you know, Wings got into some trouble. Just having them all felt Phil is going to be great. And him coping because, of course, remember, me and Keemstar are friends now. Oh, God, Keemstar is going to get back. He's going to get added back to the to the hated list. It's just like Santa Claus. He has a naughty list and a nice list. And Keemstar is going to get sent back to the naughty list. Anyway, let's keep going.
That's what I would like to do is just hammer in what we're doing for DSP Tries It. Whether we decide that it's this Firehouse subs or it's going to be this Taco Time place or whatever this new offering Red Robin is having or whatever, we should hammer that in tomorrow so that way it's determined and there's no big question mark. All right. But in addition to that, I do want to talk a lot more about the big goals. What's the birthday event going to be? What's the next 100 goals marathon or event going to be? Let's try to really start figuring this stuff out so that we can have things to start promoting and looking forward to rather than, well, let's hit the goals, but we don't know what they're going to. It's not very convincing, is it? So I'm not surprised that like tonight, here I am saying, let's hit the goal. But what is the goal? Oh, I don't know what we're going to do. You know, that's what we got to figure out tomorrow. Okay. But it should be a good day. The first stream tomorrow is more Assassin's Creed Shadows. All right. We're going to continue on with the plot, see where the game goes. I'm really hoping that tomorrow we can get back to Yasuke because at this point, we've now played the game like 5.5, almost 6 hours, and we haven't used Yasuke more than 15 minutes. And I know Naue is fine, but I want to use both characters. So let's see what happens with that. And then tomorrow night, this will be a good one. Indies night on Monday night, we are going to be playing a game you guys have asked me for years and years. A game that I'm excited to finally try. It is called Disco Elysium. All right. Someone actually gifted it to me because of that big Steam sale they were doing. And yeah, so we'll see what happens and we'll go from there. And you know, play it by ear. I think it's going to be good. If it goes good, then maybe we'll continue to play this on Indies night and do a playthrough of it. I don't know how long it is because I've heard that it could be pretty long. Maybe it's just something we try and or we try and we're like, okay, we'll go back to it every once in a while because we want to do more variety on Indies nights. I don't know. So we'll see. But tomorrow should be a good day of variety and fun. Hopefully, we'll determine our goals and we'll get back on track. We'll hit those goals and get closer to our big reward this week of DSP Tries It, whatever we choose, and go from there. All right, everyone? Good stuff. Everyone, please have a good evening. Thank you so much for a great streaming day. I'll see you all in the morning. Have a good one. Peace out.
Yeah, more boring nonsense from our boy Phil. Anyway, oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, of course, is how many days off he's taking off this week. That's very interesting, Phil. You said you're going to be taking off your night stream on Tuesday to do your taxes. I wonder why. Was it because you spent last week night stream off doing your stupid ass screenshots for your DMs, creating this pathetic narrative that you did? Is that why, Phil? God, I don't know what. Every time I think about that podcast and the interview with Rich, and him coming on and screaming 666 podcast, it makes me laugh and then cringe at the same exact time. Like it's just great. It's hilarious. We're gonna have to revisit it in a couple weeks. We're gonna have to replay it and watch it and laugh at Phil some more because the man is just a pathetic husk of a soul of a man. That's really all I have. This podcast is just full of it's filled with nothing of cope. Oh, by the way, I can confirm that Dr. Lexus is done. Apparently, that's what he said. He posted that on the Kino chat yesterday. He said he's done giving super chats to. I mean, he's done giving subscriptions to Phil. So he said that. This is what he said. He said he was annoyed with Phil calling him out or whatever, and he did that a couple times. So he won't be giving Phil any more subs. Which, who does that leave? Dumpy Koala. So Dumpy Koala's gonna hold down the Kick stream. Yeah, I have a feeling Kick's gonna be going down pretty soon because if he's not getting any subs from Kick, like if he's getting 1 or 2 subs a day, if that, if he's only getting that, he's just gonna stop it. He's gonna end it. He'll tell those people, come to YouTube because YouTube moderation is a lot easier than Kick's. And he'll just tell them to come to YouTube and then he'll just shut down his Kick. Especially since he's not really gaining anything from his affiliation. It's not like he's getting paid hourly. He's just getting the subscription shit. So anyway, that's it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.